Hi all, welcome to the channel, welcome to the workshop. It's new build day. We have Brian's Nissan Skyline GTR from the Too Fast, Too Furious film. So let's get into it, let's get building. Right, so here we are, pack one of the Nissan Skyline. So get a nice little welcome letter. Journey begins here. Brian O'Connor's Nissan Skyline GTR. So as well as the two issues, magazines, we do get this nice little pull out. And this will tell you about the car. Obviously the specs of the actual car. Got the pictures of the model and all the different bits, etc. that will work on it. So we got the headlights and the side lights, etc. all working differently. We have this nice pull out of the poster, and you can see it is a remote control option. So all of the lights and things on there will be controlled by this remote control, which is a great addition to any model. And then we've got obviously all the bit about the magazines itself, including the instructions, step-by-step assembly. And currently these are the free gifts we are going to receive. This may change obviously as the build progresses. So we're going to get some posters, we're going to get a license plate, going to get a mug, and we're also going to get a small scale version of the Skyline itself, the 1/43 scale. And if you pay with PayPal, you're going to get a little Fast and Furious Bluetooth speaker as well. We do get binders for all the magazines, and if you go for the premium version, you will get this display case as well, which is apparently illuminated, which is quite good. I'm personally not going to go for that. I've always felt that models and display cases just don't look right. I don't know why, they just don't do it for me. So that's the pull out. So let's get on to the first stage. So I will give you a flick through the magazine like I normally do. And obviously, if you're not doing this, feel free, pause it. You might be able to read it. So you got a bit obviously on the GTR, etc. Going to have a little bit about Fast and Furious, it looks like. Got a little bit about the Nismo story. Nissan Sport DNA. GTR Origins. And then what we really want to look at is the instructions of the first part of the build. And obviously we're building up the bumper. And we're going to have something that looks like that at the end of it. Right, so here is the first pack of parts, including this giant piece of metal, which is looking absolutely stunning. Now, interesting enough, obviously, this is a die-cast metal part, and it is really good quality. Funny thing is, on the actual car, this would have been plastic. But I'm sure if they gave us this in plastic, we'd thought we'd be a little bit seen off. But they do give us a screwdriver as well. If you don't have one, if this is your first model, then obviously that will get you going. I personally am still going to use my iFixit screwdrivers because I find them to be much better, and obviously gives you a little bit more versatility with your bits. Now, the very first thing we're actually going to be doing is grabbing the grille, which again is also metal, and the GTR badge. And with the grille this way up, with the slanted edges at the top, we're just going to push the GTR badge into the 2 holes, just like so. Now that does hold itself in there quite well, so I don't believe that's going to be falling off anytime soon. If you do find it's a bit loose, obviously you just stick a little bit of glue on the back of that. But that's the grille, and we're going to be placing that straight into the front bumper. Now I'm going to be a little bit careful here because obviously this is a metal bumper. I could go get my part work upgrades mat, but I'm not going to just for this small section. That's going to go in there, and we're going to use the SM screws with this one. Now this is going into metal, so I am just dipping these into a little bit of oil, and what that'll do is help just cut through the paint and the metal that these are screwing into. I'm just doing these loosely at the moment, and then I'll tighten them all up together at the end. That's the last one in there. And then, as I said, just going to go around and tighten them all up. So that is looking just like that. Next up, we have a couple of reflectors, and these are for the indicator lights. Just take those out. And these are just a push fit. Now they do have a left and a right on them. Now that obviously is the direction of the car. So the right hand side is this one, left hand side is this one. And this happens to be the right hand side. And that's just going to push into like so. The left hand side is going to do the same. And then we've got the orange lenses to go over the top. Just checking if these are marked with a left and a right. Doesn't look like it. Now they are shaped, so they must only go in one direction. Just got to work out which that is. It looks like it's going to go that way around, just in there like so. Just give them a little bit of a push and hopefully they won't fall out. And that is all there is to do in that stage. So that is the front bumper looking just like that. Absolutely fantastic. Right, so here we are at issue 2. And again, the magazine's going to follow the same sort of format. So about the Skyline itself. Got a little bit about the movie. Again, the Nismo story. Sports DNA. And then we have the build section. And as you can see, we are building up a wheel. Seems to be the standard of how these builds go. We get like a nice big chunky bit like this, an iconic sort of part, and a wheel. So it just gives you a nice little taster of what's to come. So we've got this nice chunky tyre. We have the inner part of the rim in 2 pieces. And we have the detailed part there. Now, all of these parts are metal. And then we've got some BM screws to put that together. Now we do also have a wheel cover and these wheel bolts. Now we don't need these this time around, so they do need to be kept safe. And they will obviously cover up these holes, and then once we've got the wheel on, the hubcap will go on there as well. And it looks like we're going to use the narrow one first. I'm hoping it doesn't require any hot water. So that's in there. And then this piece is going to go into the back, like so. So once those are lined up, we're going to get the front piece, and that's going to go in there, and we just need to line those holes up as well. So that looks just like that. And then we're going to use a screw in each of those 3 places to secure that all together. Again, just using a little bit of oil just to help this cut the threads through. And again, I'm just doing them loose, and then I'll tighten them up once all 3 are in. And that is looking just like that. Now, one thing I will just point out, obviously these do have a tread pattern. So when it comes to doing the other wheel, ideally what we want to do is make sure that the pattern is the same way round, so that when you put it on the car, that the tread pattern at the top faces the front of the car. So this will now be the front right wheel, like that. But that is looking absolutely brilliant. Thank you very much for watching. I do hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, please remember to give a big thumbs up. So, absolutely brilliant start to the build. That bumper looks absolutely stunning, as does the wheel. Now, if you want to get this for yourself, there will be links in the description below. If you want to see how it progresses or anything else that goes on in the workshop, please do remember to hit the subscribe button and ding that bell, and then you'll be notified when I release a new video. Because as well as this new build, there will also be the 66 Batmobile coming. So make sure you're subscribed and check that out. Until the next time, I'll see you around. Cheers.